Hey guys, Lally here. In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how you create an irresistible offer for your business that sells like hotcakes and is also highly profitable. And I'm going to show you this in a step-by-step process, and these steps are the exact steps I've taken to, over the years, sell 2K offers, 3K offers, 5K offers, and so on and so forth. And the reason why I want to talk about this today is over the years and particularly over the last few months, I've been speaking to business owners over the phone that are struggling to, either make the sales they want to sell or, make the sales they want on their like coaching programs and things like this. And basically it's usually due to like their offer, what they're currently offering. And the worst part about it is these guys have absolutely no idea what they're offering is a poor quality offer. So I'm going to break this down for you today and separate everything I know into these easy step-by-steps so you don't make the same mistake. So let's actually break down what an offer is. So when we break down the fundamental of an offer for a business, basically what it is you are offering the marketplace a solution to a problem they are experiencing. You are offering the marketplace a solution to a problem they are experiencing, and that is your core fundamental offer. And to offer a solution to a marketplace, you need to create the solution. But first of all, you need to know exactly why you are creating the solution and what problems the marketplace has, right? And this is huge, first of all, because the amount of people I speak to that have created a solution, created maybe like a product, or created like a coaching program, or maybe they've created a full-on course. They spend weeks and months doing it, and then what happens is they create this course and they sit back hoping for clients just to pour in, and basically nobody comes and nobody buys from them. And the reason why nobody buys from them is because they've created a solution to usually a non-existent or not very painful problem. The reason why is because they usually haven't ever reached out to the marketplace to understand what exactly the marketplace are experiencing in terms of problems. And this can be very, very tricky. So when you're getting your offer together, what we need to be doing is we need to be going to the marketplace and actually finding the problems and perceived roadblocks in the marketplace and then making your offer around that. So I'm actually going to give you an example of what this exactly looks like. So to illustrate this example, let's start with a person who's struggling to get promoted in their career or struggling to find a better job. And let's start with the problem there. So what they're doing, they're struggling to find a better job. So they want a job, right? A better job, or maybe like a promotion, right? And what other problems are they usually experiencing? Well, they're usually experiencing they're sending, resumes out and they're not getting anything back, right? These are problems. And the reason why I know these are problems is because this was kind of an earlier business of mine, which I learned an awful lot about the market. So they're sending resumes out and they're not usually hearing back from their employers, right? They're worried about potentially, maybe being laid off. There's an actual problem. They're worried about getting to the interview stage and not getting through the interview. They're worried that their CV resume isn't good enough. These are actual problems these people are worrying about. And then we've got the perceived roadblocks as well. And these perceived roadblocks are equally as important, because we could be solving problems with our offer, but if these perceived roadblocks, these kind of like mental blocks, are still in place, the person who you're coaching won't have any progress, right? So things like, I don't have enough experience, are perceived roadblocks to get this job I want. I don't know anyone in this industry, right? Networking, let's just put, my degree isn't good enough. Degree. So they might have actually went to like university or something, got a degree, and now they're trying to apply for a particular job in a particular field, and their degree, they just feel like it isn't good enough. So these are perceived problems, right? And what do we do with the offer? So what would the offer be? Well, it would be like a career coach or something, wouldn't it? Career coach, recruiter, etc. So career coach or recruiter would then be the offer to solve these problems. So we've identified the problems, we've identified the solution. So that's step one, actually finding perceived roadblocks and problems for your solution to offer. Step two, because there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of recruiters and career coaches out there, and it's a very saturated market, would be to solve these problems in a better and faster manner. So if we take Amazon for example, what was their problem that they were solving if we break it down? Well, the problem they were solving is that customers in the world, everyone needs to buy something, right? And customers in the world needed to actually take time out of their day to go and drive to the shopping center, the mall or whatever, and then shop around for a specific product which they needed. And often they'd have to go to multiple shops and take hours doing it, and they'd be wasting time, and then they wouldn't find the product. And then when they eventually would find the product, it would be basically too expensive and they wouldn't have like any reviews about it. So this person would have to go out and just gamble on what shop to go to basically go and buy a product which might not be that good and might be too expensive. So what was Amazon's philosophy? They solved this problem better and faster. So what did they do? Well, they did Amazon Prime, which is free next day delivery. They also offered a whole range of products for what you are looking for. So for instance, if you are looking for, let's just think, a pair of headphones, right? They've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different headphones, and they're all competing on the price. So there's like the lowest price for a whole range of products, which gets delivered to you for the next day, right? Which has customer reviews, the best customer reviews around. So they're amazing on customer service as well, right? And this is how they've dominated the shops, the offline shops, the malls. This is why everyone's sales and things are down, right? So they solved the problem better and faster. So for the career coach to do well in here, they would have to solve the problem better and faster, right? And how would you go about being a coach and being able to solve the problems better and faster and then charge more as well? Well, you would have to move up the value chain. So let me explain a little bit what the value chain is. Basically, the more specific, the better and faster you can solve problems for more of a specific group of people, the more essentially you can charge, right? And the more credibility you have and the more credibility you can bring alongside you to actually charge more. So let me give you an example of this. So let's just say I am an executive and in a company, and I want to learn how to become a better leader, right? Now, what can I do, right? Money's probably not a problem to me if I'm an executive, but would I go and buy a $5 ebook, right? $5, $10 ebook. I could do. I might get a lot of value out of that, right? And it's quite cheap, but money's not a problem for me. Or, maybe I could take a mini course at $500, which teaches me the same stuff, but is a little bit more focused on solving the exact problem I have. It's a bit more illustrated. I don't need to actually look through the book for a long time to actually pick out the key points, because as we know in books, I know I read books all the time, like there's usually like 5% of great information in there, or one gold gem that you can actually take away from the book. So that mini course actually solves that problem, right? It's giving me direct, specific advice. So this course can actually charge more. So it's moved from $10 to $500. Now, say I wanted a group coaching program, right? And this might be like 1,000 to 2,000. So we've got 1,000 to 2,000 group coaching program in where I don't have to watch the material myself, but somebody will actually give me direct feedback on this with a bunch of people as well. And then maybe we've got like one-to-one coaching, right? Which is even more expensive, maybe like 3,000, 5,000, right? So from an expert, I am getting specific feedback about the problem I have and how to solve it. And this is, you see how we're moving up the value chain here? We suddenly went from a $10 product to a $3,000, $5,000 product. If I'm going to learn from somebody who's truly big, who's got great leadership, maybe I'm going to hire, who's like the top end. I was looking at this before, Barack Obama. You know how much Barack Obama charges to speak for 1 hour at like a conference? He charges 400K per hour to speak to a group of people because of his credibility. To speak to a group of people for 1 hour, that's non-specific, right? And he's obviously like, he's a massive leadership figure. Now imagine if you had the money, I don't think many people would have the money at this stage, but if you did have the money, how much would he, former president of the United States, charge for one-to-one coaching? A lot, right? For an hour, a lot. If his rate for already essentially group coaching and group speaking is 400K per hour. So what we're looking at here is how exactly you're moving up the value chain. We're moving up the value chain by the more we can specifically help our customers with their problem, with our offer. And this is how we are creating the offer. And the more credibility we have behind that, the more we can make a better offer and also charge more as well. So that is how you do that. Now here's the tough part, right? To truly make your offer great, you have had to have the grind. And what do I mean by the grind? I mean, you have had to put in the hours yourself, solving this problem yourself at some point for yourself. So you understand literally what's going on, what usually happens in like the process of trying to solve the problem. And then you become a master at solving the problem before you then make it as an offer and ship it to the market. Now, a great example of this, in 2015, I sent out hundreds of emails trying to do like my first business. In 2016, same thing, right? And like things went on and I failed and failed and failed. I sent out more messages and spoken to more people over the phone than I care to admit. I did 50 sales calls and I didn't get a single sale in them. It was like my 51st that I got like a sale. And I had to go through the grind of speaking to people, learning how people communicate, learning how people get attracted to the offer that you're selling there. And then I set up like a career coaching business, and this career coaching business, again, I had to go through the process of really trying to learn LinkedIn to actually try and get people as my client. And I spent so long on that, and this cumulative effect, because people just think like things are a cause and effect, but really what it is a cause and a cumulative effect there. What actually happened is over time, I've got better and better at sales, got better and better at marketing, better and better at speaking to people by failing and failing and failing essentially, and learning from my mistakes. That I was booking a ton of calls for my career coaching business. And then what actually happened was, I was like, what's the problem in the market? Well, there's a lot of other coaches out there who probably don't want to go through that 6-year journey that I went through of struggling, right? Who have probably got an amazing service to sell and can't actually get anybody on the phone, can't get anybody interested in their business. And what actually happens as a consequence of that, I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to coach individuals on getting leads and getting clients for their business, because I think people would actually pay me for that. So I went through this horrible grind, and as a consequence, I can cut other people's grinds down because I have solved the problem on every single level. I've went through this. I've booked hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of calls with different business owners, right? And different people all throughout, my career in my business. And I've got extremely good at doing that. I had a client who came to me the other day and was like, I've sent out like 20 messages. I can't get a single person to respond to me. And like people were getting like a bit antsy with him. They were getting like a bit rude. And the reason why they were getting rude, as soon as he showed me the messages he was sending, I was like, it's because you aren't building up like trust and warmth and like relationships with these people. They can smell a pitch coming, right? You haven't got the trust there. The reason why I was able to diagnose on that level there is because, guess what? I've went through the grind, which makes my offer so much better because I have the experience to be like, right, I know exactly what's going wrong. So a lot of people, they enter the market, unfortunately, they get the problems right, they solve the problems better and faster, they charge more for the services, they price their service higher, but unfortunately haven't done the grind. And I know this because I've actually coached individuals on how to get more leads and things like this. And what happens is sometimes after I've finished the coaching, these people will then go and start their own business of how how to get more leads as well, when they really haven't had that grind and haven't really learned from how to actually do it and haven't learned like the nuances and things like this. And then what happens is their offer doesn't work because they haven't done the grind, right? So this is how, when you add all of these together, this is how you make a really compelling, irresistible offer that actually people want to know more about. Now, I hope this video was really helpful for you guys. If it was helpful, please subscribe to the channel. Also leave a like on the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Have a fantastic day.